out of 10. So like the meat and mustard ratio is.
Oh, so you decided to dip them in Dijon?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Dijon or is it just mustard?
It's like the one with the seeds. It's like a spicy brown mustard.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I was like thinking like Bavarian. That's kind of like German, mustard.
Yeah, they put the pretzel with the mustard.
Yeah, they do that. That's just kind of
really
good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was eating some candy. I realized that I'm like really cold. Like I was like, holy shit! Like I'm really cold. Like,
Do you need a
I
hug
didn't
from
really.
Jesus?
Well, sure, always.
Yeah,
But
a hug from Jesus will warm you quick.
Oh, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be bomb.
It would be bomb. It'd be weird. It'd be like fucking weird as shit on the podcast because people would be like, "Whoa!" And I'd be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, we'd have quite the podcast.
Yeah, we had fucking Jesus on as our guest. Guest fucking star.
Jesus is everywhere. So, like, in theory, Jesus is our guest at this moment, too.
Well, true, but, like, Jesus in his, like, physical form, like, in his, like, Cheechified version.
Yeah, like the with the robe and stuff.
Yeah, bro, with the sandals,
Oh, what do you think, like, Jesus would be like nowadays? Like, if he was, like, born, like, today? Would he have an iPhone, even?
Nah, he'd be, like, a rebel, He'd be, like, the
he'd
rebel
have a droid?
with, like... Yeah. Like, not even,
so
like,
he
a new
would
Android.
have a phone? Like, what if Jesus was so cool that he wouldn't have a phone? Like, even now. Like, to me, I would be like, yeah, that Jesus
I
is
picture
so cool.
Jesus as the dude with the Android phone in that green, like, 2005 Toyota Corolla. Okay, it's got, like, a little fish in the back, all right? Needs a little bit of paint work. But, yeah, I mean, like, that would be kind of like a modern Jesus in physical form.
Like, do you think that our day and age could support a Jesus?
Oh, hell no. Girl, have you met the people out there? Jesus fucking Christ. Half of those motherfuckers voted for Kamala Harris.
Oh!
Girl, I will call out woke motherfuckers whenever I want to.
My dog has joined the conversation.
He has.
If you hear any snorting, that would be my beautiful, underappreciated pug.
Double chocolate muffin.
Oh, he is
with a side of double chocolate.
He's not underappreciated by me by any means, but the world should appreciate my pug as much as I do. But anyways, I wish I could give more time and love to my pug. But he is right here with me now on my lap, snorting. And he joined the conversation for a minute and he just wanted to say, I'm so happy. Now my dog went, I'm so happy that bitch lost. That's what
Amen.
What my dog said.
Amen. Listen, I mean, the people have spoken and the people have said what they have said. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, look, girl, you can have celebrities back you from today until tomorrow, but celebrities are not that practical when you got to face people like Putin. Because
apparently she paid them. She paid.
Yeah, of course she paid. You think these people work for free? No! They come at a very expensive price. They come for the millions. And when you can't pay them, what do you think happens? They come after you. Like, Trump had expenses, but a lot of his, his performances and stuff paid for itself. He didn't need people to go out and pay to vote for him. People were going to vote for him regardless. Like, he got the shit in the bag.
Okay, so something very interesting that my dad told me about is that in 20... When was the last election? 2020?
2020.
And then the one before that was 2016?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in 2020, And I say that because I'm dyslexic and with numbers and everything.
Well, that's cool.
So
We're all just like
in
that. We're here to help each other.
yeah, and it's like the more I hear like dyslexic people like say things, I'm like, "Oh my god, that's something I experienced my whole life."
Yeah.
But my dad
It's
told me
awesome.
that
Mm.
this election there was 17 million votes missing. And in 2020 there was an additional 17 million votes that aren't there this year. But if you go back to 2016, that 17 million votes is still missing. So basically, it kind of looks like there was an additional 17 million votes that happened in the last election that did not happen in the election prior or this current election.
So 17 mysterious votes just happened to pop out the last election. Yeah,
Yes, unless this is the alternative. Both the time in 2017, I mean in 2016 and now 17 million people randomly decided not to vote that voted in the middle.
well, here's the thing though. Because I remember around that time that most people I knew didn't vote. I didn't vote. A lot of people didn't vote that year.
I didn't vote last time, but like
That's
that's
what I'm
when
saying,
the
though.
17 million showed up.
That's what I'm saying, though, is like the fact that like a lot of people we knew didn't even vote. And then Biden wins by that amount. And
It was bullshit, dude.
It didn't.
And I'm not
Listen,
like
hanky
claiming
panky.
that. I'm just saying, like, to
there's
me,
clear evidence of it
in
now.
my opinion, total bullshit. And so what should have happened is that the past 4 years should have been spent with Trump. And now we would actually get passed over to someone else. But instead we had 4 years of like fucked up ridiculousness.
Craziness. Literally, like,
just a big ass waste of time.
and here's
like,
the thing too, okay? I have people that I've talked to that are afraid of the gay community. And
because of how aggressive certain people have become.
Literally, and it's like
some people are mean.
I'm literally one of those people. I'm like, you know what? I would rather the gay community of the 1970s.
Yeah.
Okay? Where men could be men, women could be women. It's like you want to put on a pair of fucking jeans and you want to wear flannel, go right ahead. Don't shove your agenda down my goddamn throat. Like, that's all I'm asking. You know? It's like, don't put gay shit in schools around fucking 6-year-olds. What the hell are you doing, man?
We need to focus on school.
We really need to focus. Like, we screwed that ball up. I mean holy shit.
Talk about, like, we talked about the reproductive system in 4th grade. You know? Yeah. And they teach you that your body's going to grow and change and stuff. And like they should just kind of teach you that, you know, you might experience being attracted to something other than what people say.
You figure out your sexuality.
Yeah. And
you're an adult.
But I'm saying, like, they could just tie it in with puberty and be like, some people are attracted to this, some people are attracted to that.
Let's be honest, when we were teenagers, all that shit taught us was figuring out what we like and what we don't like. Okay? Like, literally, some people, such as myself, like, did not explore as much. But it doesn't really matter because our brains change as we get older. We process things better. And we're able to develop our sexualities better. Like, I'll be honest, most of the people that I know that are trans and, like, are happy people, they're not depressed and miserable and on millions of SSRIs, they transition when they were in their 20s.
I feel like if someone is too young to understand the concept of sexuality, they're not going to understand the sexualities.
and consequences of changing over if you want to.
Well, I mean, it takes a lot of effort to get that far.
Oh yeah, it
So
is.
I was more talking about, just like the initial. But what I've
Oh yeah.
heard about transitioning, I mean, first off, everybody, that's your own decision. Like, and
You be you boo. You
I
know?
said,
Okay.
yeah, you do you.
You do boo. You
That's what it
blah,
comes
blah.
down
You
to.
do you boo.
You do you. And the thing is that that's what I'm talking about. You do you. You're not supposed to fit someone else's description of something. You don't have to be a certain something. When I was in high school, we had this and it was called straight edge. And it had nothing to do with sexuality, but it was all about being cool. And there was a set like map of like how you were allowed to be straight edge and what made you qualify as straight edge. And what straight edge was just sober. That's how fucked up everybody was back then. That it was like it was a trend to not be fucked up.
It's the new normies.
And so the thing is people in societies and cultures and groups of people will always try and like set out like standards and descriptions of what it is that you have to be in order to be something.
Or
And
to be
it's
represented
all
at something, like almost to
bullshit.
be a part of something.
Like you're
Like
not gay enough if you don't do this, like you're not one of us if you
this
don't.
delusion. Let me put this very honest. This delusion
There's no gay enough, by the way.
We've gotten to a point where men such as myself are struggling because let's be real with ourselves. There are a lot of masculine gay men out there, and this oppression and boxing and like almost to a point where you can put somebody that may feel female does not want to be transitioning over to be a trans woman. And then you put them through all of that craziness and insanity. And like in reality, they were going to grow up to just be a gay man. But you took that opportunity away from them because you made the fucking selfish decision at a young age to tell them, no, you need to transition. Like, that's the fucked up shit that like drives me crazy. It's like, have we like forgotten all of men's rights because we've been fucking shit for thousands of years? I get that. But
I just feel like if you have to be 18 to get a tattoo, why
and 21 to smoke this shit.
Why is it that we have to be 18 to get tattoos? Like, what is the actual reasoning behind it?
I mean, I would think like logically it makes sense. When you're 18, you're starting to be an adult.
Okay, so then why are we not applying that to other things that alter our bodies?
You know what? I think the thing that comes back to is who's making the money off of these things, right? If you have people that profit off of these surgeries, profit off of these medications, do you think these people are going to be merciful enough to say, no, we're going to stop making this and pushing this agenda in order to sacrifice our funds? Absolutely not. Why on earth would they say that to begin with?
Because the US government is tied in with Big Farm. And so you think that that's the whole catalyst of it all.
That's what RFK is trying to blow up. He's trying to say enough is enough. You have taken control of these people for way too many years, and it has to reach a point where you have to say enough is enough. Stop poisoning people. Stop lying to people. The fact that, I'll be open with this, my mom needs 2 hip replacements because doctors make too much money giving people such as my mom medication and also cortisone shots, which nobody tells you causes bone degradation. Okay? So these are things that even my own family personally suffers from because of how much control Big Pharma has, not only on the industry, advertisement, also the doctors. They're locked in. They're fucking. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's depressing as fuck.
It is, but that's why you have somebody now like RFK, the man that fucking cleaned up the Hudson River. God bless that motherfucker, and exposed Anthony Fauci for who he was and who he still is. A horrid man that lied for years, and it's like, you know what, in a way, maybe we should look forward to the next 4 years, because
I just, I hated that bitch, and I definitely didn't want her as president, but I still, and don't hate me, but I still don't trust him.
I don't. That's why when people ask me who I was voting for, I kept on telling them RFK, Elon Musk, and Tulsi Gabbard.
I mean, he's better, than her, but like,
I don't really care.
I don't like presidents. I don't like them.
That's the thing, and that's what I'm trying to get at too, is like, think about the cabinet, right? When you look at a cabinet such as Donald Trump, he has Vivek Ramaswamy, he has JD Vance, okay? He has RFK, he has Tulsi Gabbard.
Cool. He really is cool.
Some of the most progressive, open-minded, and not all of them are like conservative. Like, a lot of these are liberals, They have the ability to change things. Tulsi has been a congresswoman. She's a veteran. She understands these things.
How do you say that man's name? Vivek
Ramaswamy. I think so. Ramaswamy. It's an Indian name.
That man could be president. Was he born here in America? That man can...
brilliant.
He was, absolutely incredible. Brilliant. To watching that man speak.
He breaks things down in the most beautiful way.
He's an amazing speaker.
And you hone in and you could actually understand his like deep way of thinking, because he explains things.
Really cool.
Just the way he explains.
Really
I explain things
incredible
like shit,
person.
but he does such a great job.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
When I first saw him, because he was part of who was considered to be the new candidate. And when I first saw him, I was a little intimidated. Like, I was like, oh no, like, he's going to give everybody a run for his money. Like, plus he's kind of pretty.
And he's young. He would actually be younger.
He can be president. Yeah.
If he was president, he would have been younger than JFK, because JFK is still to this date the youngest president that we've ever had.
He's still got a lot of time.
Yeah. I mean, if JD Vance got elected too, he would also have been the youngest president.
Isn't Vance vice?
Yeah, he's vice president. But that's the thing, is if you think about it, like, Donald Trump's cabinet is better people than him. Okay? He chose people that outshine him. Right? You have to think in a way, like, as shitty and as how narcissistic he is as an individual, he has a team of people that actually care. Can you think of another time before of people that were a part of a cabinet? Remember, cabinet is like literally the fucking foundation that is the next presidency. Like you said, who gives a shit about the president? It's the people that's under him that matters. Like, it's like you gotta open up your eyes. You gotta look into the picture.
So what happens to her now? Where's she go?
They might murder her or sell her to Epstein's Island. They're probably gonna just put her on Epstein's Island at this point. It was really funny
though. I was like, what does she do now? Do they give her a TV show?
Oh God, no. She
gets like a talk show?
No, she's cut. Like, honey, Whoopi's done with her. Oprah's like, girl, bye.
So funny how no one wants to talk to her because she didn't win. Like,
it's over.
We are so like shitty. Like, you can't sit with us. Like, and everybody was like so like ready to be like, yeah, girl, you're my new favorite thing ever.
If
and
you
then
win,
it's like, bye.
But if you don't win, it's over. Like, you're done. Here's the
That's
crazy.
how ridiculously replaceable she is.
It's crazy.
She is irrelevant.
That's why, like, I tell people, it's like, look, don't call yourself a Democrat or Republican. Okay? You can be a little bit of liberal. You could be a little bit conservative. You could be more one way. You could be more the other. It doesn't really matter. Don't put yourself in these boxes, because let me tell you something. This is what you get out of the Democratic Party. Just fucking shit that came out of a 39-year-old's fucking asshole. Just shit, bro. Like, bad shit. Like, this is bad. You know, you can't erase this. This is all over the fucking internet. Like, ouch. And she owes money? Girl.
I have to tell you that since 2016, my life has been in a downward spiral. Okay. So how long is that spiral? I mean, it's going on 10 years. Okay. Like, I'm a little concerned. Okay. So we've been on a downward spiral for quite some time. And there's been some peaks, like moments where it kind of went up.
2017.
Like, no doubt. There were a
2017. Do people honestly
for a minute? Yeah, it was good.
Think about 2017. Like, 2017 was good. Yeah. Then 2020.
And up again. Blah.
Yeah.
So downward spiral with a couple little ups. But to tell you the truth, I just always kind of assume things are going to suck from now on. And that, like, if there's a scenario where you've got Trump versus Harris, I would assume that most likely Harris is going to win, because that's the most shitty outcome, in my opinion, because she's this, like, crazy court, I love police officers, dick sucking bullshit. And, like, no, I do not want somebody who convicts people of 100 billion crimes. That is the exact opposite of who I'm looking for.
Yeah, if you, like, think about, like, Iowa's amendments.
I'm done.
Girl, I looked at the amendments for Iowa. I was just, like, curious that, like, election night, I literally was like, holy shit, the state is insane.
Needs help.
Yeah, they literally passed a bill, I don't remember, like, something that would allow businesses, like, a tax cut or something, and it, like, won at, like, almost a 90%. Check this up. Like, I don't remember the name of the amendment. I, like, looked at this and I was like, this is insane. Wait, hold on. You know, let me...
Yeah.
What are you eating over there, girl? Come on. People on YouTube can see that shit. That looks good. Girl, I want to get that in my belly. I want all my chemicals inside to go... No, seriously. What is that?
So what that is a French silk pie.
A what? Okay, you're gonna have to explain this.
A French silk pie?
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay, there's 3 different places you can find it. There's Village Inn, Baker Square, and Perkins. Have you heard of any of these?
No.
Really? All 3? Marie Callender?
Honey,
what's the cheap breakfast place that people go to?
By us would be like Denny's or IHOP.
Is there anything other than Denny's and IHOP?
We have Waffle House.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Yeah, no Baker Square, huh? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Out in California, they at least have Marie Callender. Marie Callender has, like, a whole bunch of pies. Basically, it's a fancy pie. And what it is it's like the crust is like puff pastry.
Okay.
And then it's a chocolate pie.
Whoa.
And it's like rich cream chocolate.
Okay.
And then it has a whole layer of whipped cream on the top. And then they do shaved chocolate sprinkles on top. They're like chocolate shavings.
Can I get... I'm going to now try to find this pie, because now I'm just like...
French silk pie. Did you Google it? Did
wait.
you Google the weird shit about Iowa too?
Yeah, I found it. It's called French silk pie. That's what it's called.
Yeah. But you gotta tell
Okay.
me about the weird stuff in
I
Iowa.
will. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's from a recount. Okay, I've seen this. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy to find this, and it actually looks really delicious. It's like looks like a type of cake that for chocolate lovers, it would be like a dream. Okay, I would probably recommend something like this with like a hybrid, like something that's like a hybrid indica. I'm serious. Like I feel
No,
like
I would too. I would suggest that if I had any.
yeah. Okay, I like this. Check it out. It's from Marie Callender's.
Oh, damn. That stuff is so good. And like I said, Village Inn, Baker Square,
Okay.
Perkins.
Okay.
If you get to choose, Baker Square is the best.
Ooh.
I don't know where other people
we're
buy
not sponsored, but definitely. So I did find it. I was a little bit off. It's called the Iowa Amendment 2. It creates procedures for filing vacancies in top offices. Okay.
What does it mean?
Wait. This proposed amendment to Iowa's constitution would state that when a governor dies or leaves office during his term, the lieutenant governor shall become governor. The new governor then could appoint someone to fill the vacancy in the lieutenant governor's office. Ready for this? Voting percent was 81% voted yes. 19% voted no. Oh my God, you live in a dictatorship. It's a fucking dictatorship. Okay, so what that basically means
I hate our governor.
So basically what this governor has done, basically what this amendment has done is now this governor will appoint a lieutenant governor. So when she dies, they'll get elected. And then that lieutenant governor will appoint somebody that they want to elect. And the cycle will just continue and continue and continue. So basically, Iowa will never, ever vote for another governor ever again. They're stuck with... oh my God, I'm making you eat more pie. Holy shit. But the other amendment was not as bad. Iowa Amendment 1 prohibits non-citizens from voting.
That's actually kind of mean, but isn't that already the thing? Like, why did we have to do that?
I don't know. I mean,
how were they voting before? How do you vote when you're not a citizen? How do you pull that off?
I don't know. It's an excellent question, but 75%, which was over 1 million Iowans, voted yes to this bill. So there's one good bill that got passed in Iowa.
I guess. I don't know. It's funny. Brett said to me the other day, he was like, back in the day, none of us would have been able to vote. Not me, not you, not nobody. Because none of us owned land. We're all just peasants.
Oh, right.
And I was like, to be honest, like before it was like all men could vote and women couldn't. It was like even poor men were not allowed to vote. Like at some point, someone got so mad that was like, hey, why can't the poor guys vote? And then it was like, yeah, let's let all the poor men vote because at least we can get their votes. Then they let all the poor men vote.
And then they
but before that, you had to be rich.
And it's bananas when you realize that voting allowed for women wasn't like passed until like 1920.
Man, was it that early? I feel like it was later.
No, it was 1920.
Oh, you know that for sure?
Mm-hmm. Oh. You want me
and that was because they did it in the UK. And then it got pushed over here too after the UK succeeded. But even in the UK, it was only women that were married to a landowner that were allowed to vote.
I don't remember the exact... but I'm almost positive it was 1920. Why can't you like Google something and just get like an exact 1920?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And by that time they had already blocked out, if you were a landowner or not. And so then all women were just like granted the right to vote. It didn't matter by the time we got our right to vote. And I mean, I don't think that it should be withheld from me by any means, but I ain't gonna do it. It's really funny. Like, I didn't vote this year, and like, I didn't really need to, and I'm not really registered in any specific state. And like, I don't know, but somebody was like, they can see that you don't vote. And I was like,
I mean, barely anybody votes these days. I mean, like,
I was like, what
you
do
saw how many
mean?
people
Like-
voted. There was only,
And what does that say?
I think it was like 200 million people, less. Something like, there were 74 and 74 on either side.
That I don't participate. Like, I'm like, okay. Like,
Yeah, but you know something? It's like, here's the thing. There are going to be people that are going to be angry that, the first, we haven't had a woman-elect president. But at the same time, I think we need to focus on our wins and not at our losses. Like, there's going to be a time and a place for everything.
I don't know. There's a part of me that like didn't want to vote for either one of them because I was afraid that they would make a master list of who they want to kill.
I voted for the side, again, that had RFK, Tulsi, and Elon Musk, because to me that is the most important.
Elon Musk is a bad man.
He's a very bad man, but guess what? He's a man that figured out how to get a rocket reused from space to come down and dock to a station. He will be the person that will be able to create possibly the first mines we have on the moon. It's like we need to start using our other planets. Like, we got to figure out how to mine shit, because guess what?
Yeah,
Like,
let's fuck up a whole universe.
no, like, seriously, there are asteroids or like things that are floating out there that literally are covered to the brim in diamonds or aluminum. Like, these are things that we have limited resources here on Earth, and we literally have a floating rock in space that we can just
all of our elements are out there.
Yeah. And like, that just benefits us. It really does. Like, can you imagine? Like, yeah, my aluminum is meteorite aluminum. It's meteorite aluminum.
Yeah, I can.
Do you want to wrap this up?
Yeah, let's do another one.
Okay. Well, this has been Politics 101 with yours, Stoney. I mean, yours truly.
Yours truly,
Chris and Dave. So, want to check out Krista? You can find her on Instagram at American Groove Pod. Want to check out more of the podcast? You can find us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Lost in the Groove Pod. So with that, we'll catch you motherfuckers on the next one. Peace out.
deuces.
Deuces. We love you. No.
Bye, guys.